All right. Hey, we got the fade down. I love it. Hello, everyone. I'm Mickey. I'm a teen programs manager here at Step Up, and I'm honored to welcome all of you to explore pathways with Benefit Cosmetics. I had to run and get my brow pencil from Benefit because I did use that this morning to get all ready. So we're very excited to have you all here today and have Benefit here. And I'd like to say a special hello to everyone is here and experiencing Step Up for the first time today. Welcome. And you all are already experts, pros at this thing, and are introducing yourselves in the chat with your name and where you're from. So if you haven't done that already, please go ahead and put that in the chat. We love seeing it. Love that people are coming from all over. So we're excited to get to know you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Hollis. I'm a team programs manager at Step Up. I'm going to be co-leading with Mickey today. And as you get settled in, we'd love for you to say hi to us in the chat. I saw lots of names. Hi, Brittany. We see you. Anaya, hi, everybody. Thank you so much for jumping in with that. We're really looking forward to getting to know you. And welcome to the third session of day one of Explore Pathways, part of Step Up's career camp. There's still a lot of time to show off your team spirit today. So please show your team colors, change your background, wear your colors. We really want to see your team spirit. So before we officially get started, we always go through our reminders. First, go ahead and change your display name. I didn't do that, but I will in just a second. You want your display name to show three things. That's your name, your role, and your pronouns, and you can look at the screen and see what I'm talking about. It's really important, especially in this session, to put your role down, whether that's a mentor or teen, young adult, or staff, so that we can sort you into the right groups a little bit later. So that piece is going to be really important. And make sure your camera's on. And then we want to let you know that our Explore Pathway series is a really exciting opportunity for our audiences really to get a look inside the various roles and industries and companies that you're interested in exploring. And our goal is for you all to express your voice among your peers and mentors and really increase your personal ability to shape your own path, right? You're going to get the opportunity to connect with and listen to and learn from company experts who will be able to build knowledge and share their knowledge of their life paths and whatever professional opportunities are going to be available. So we are so grateful to be able to partner with Benefit Cosmetics today. And so we're going to take a look at some of the career paths that are available in the cosmetic industry. But before we do that, we want to take a look at today's agenda. So first, we're going to start with a game. That's our Explore Pathways, This or That, which Mickey's going to lead. And then after our icebreaker, we're going to have our special guest speakers from Benefit share a little bit about what it's like, a day in the life in their roles. And then they're gonna lead you through an activity to explore different career opportunities within the company. And then we'll head into breakout rooms where you'll really have the opportunity to deepen those relationships and continue making connections through a continuation of the activity and do some networking. So we'll then end out the session with some reflection. So be prepared to share. And then we'll give you some upcoming announcements and then we'll wrap it up. Mentors, your role really today is easy. You're going to model participation by having your camera on, by being present, by engaging in the chat, and sharing knowledge of various industry roles that you have, and then providing guidance on how our young people can be successful in their early career steps. Does that sound good with y'all? Okay, I see some heads nodding and some thumbs up. All right, Mickey, you can kick it off with our icebreaker.
All right. So let's get into our this or that game. And so you're going to have two options. And in the chat, you can either put A or B. So this one is really about, learning about your work styles, and it'll help you determine and if you understand more about the kinds of work that you like to do. All right, so we're going to go through 4 different slides and 4 different questions. So take note if you're answering more A's or more B's, just so you know for yourself, which is kind of your thing. Okay, so A, are you better at helping people? A, or B, creating something? And there's no right or wrong. It's just what you feel like you're better at. A, helping people, or B, creating something. Okay, I'm seeing both. I'm seeing A's, lots of B's. People who are like, I'm both. That's good too. Okay, so A or B. Okay, second question. Are you better at, or would you rather, this is not better, this is, would you rather lead change or solve current problems? Would you rather lead people in a change or really focus on solving a current problem? A or B? Okay, got some, you guys really know who you are. I love that. It's great. Okay, next one. Number 3. Are you better at A, working in a group, or B, working by yourself? Okay, looking at some of the answers here. A, working in a group. We have a lot of A's. Got some B's who are like, no, I'm solo. I want to do this by myself. Okay. And number 4. Are you better at being the one to set the agenda or designing and assigning the tasks to the group? B. So A, I want to set the agenda, what we're going to do, or B, I want to delegate the tasks out to people. I know who can do what. Okay, see those rolling in as well. Okay, love seeing all the answers. Great work. You can tally yours. I have more A's, I have more B's, or it's equal. Look at that. Now, if you've answered mostly A's, you're better at people-related issues. If you answered mostly B's, then that means you're best at product-focused issues. So knowing this information about yourself will help you figure out what types of roles and careers to explore. As you get to know more of your strengths, it's going to help you explore what careers and what exact roles within those careers might be a good fit for you.
Thanks, Mickey. That was so much fun. Now I'm like, ooh, I'm in between, so we'll see. And so now I'm thrilled to welcome the Benefit Cosmetics team. Thank you so much for joining us. We're looking forward to hearing more about you and your journey. So joining us, we have Maggie Ford Danielson, Kristen Chase, Madeline Musa, and Kaylee Keller from Benefit Cosmetics. They'll be presenting a company overview, and after the overview, we'll go straight into an activity where we'll learn more about various roles at the company and what it takes to bring the magic to all of the products that we love. And now I'm going to pass things over to Maggie Ford Danielson and her team to learn more about Benefit Cosmetics. Y'all show her love in that comments.
Hollis. Thanks, everybody. We're super excited to be here. Just want to get everything started with a little benefit icebreaker. If you could in the chat, pop in, what's your favorite benefit product? If you've ever used one before, maybe you've seen one, purchased one, are wearing one currently. Would just love to get a feel for if you guys are familiar with our brand. Okay, here it comes. I see it rolling in. That's what I like to see. Brows, mascara, Hoola, mascara. Great. We love that. Hoola, professional. Okay. Yes, we have some benefit. The Benefam is strong in this chat. We love that. Okay, so we're gonna keep that going. You can just, if a product is moving you to, and you feel the spirit come over you, put it in the chat. It's just always fun to keep that chat going. Roller lash, love me some roller lash. Okay, I am here as kind of like, I'm gonna lead you through just a bit about Benefit. Seems like based on the chat, you guys are familiar with the brand, but we are a San Francisco-based beauty brand. My mom and aunt actually started Benefit here in San Francisco. I'm based in San Francisco. I'm at my home office right now. They started Benefit here, right here in San Francisco in 1976. So the brand has been around a very long time. It started with one store that they were the only people that worked in that store. And whatever, 47 years later, it is the big giant makeup company that you guys are familiar with. So it is my life's work to work here. It is my life and my life's work to work here. I'm obsessed with the brand. I love it. My actual desk job is I work on a lot of social media. I am currently working on our TikTok campaign and platform with some of my colleagues you're going to meet later, and I run and a sort of support the Bold is Beautiful program, which is our philanthropic program at Benefit. And that is how we came to be connected to Step Up. So if you go to the next slide, please. Bold is Beautiful is our way of giving back to the larger community. So in 2015, Benefit started the Bold is Beautiful project, which is our global philanthropy program. Yes, there is still, sorry, I'm seeing the chat. There is still a flagship store in San Francisco. There are so many of them, Mickey. Don't you worry. So we started the program in 2015. And since then, on a global level, so Bold is Beautiful is a program that is executed in over 20 countries around the world where Benefit is sold. As of last year, so this slide is a little bit outdated, globally, we have raised almost $25 million, and the US alone brought in almost 12.5 million of that total. So this is a very, very impactful program. The money raised goes to empowering women and girls all over the world, specifically here in the US. The money we raise in the US goes to incredible partners like Step Up. We also work with 3 other partners in the US who you guys may have heard of: Planned Parenthood, Dress for Success, obviously Step Up, and Girls Inc. Those are our 4 partners. We have been working with Step Up since the beginning, so since 2015. Love being here with you guys. Me and my colleagues are super excited to share with you what we do and to do a fun game, because it's all about playing. This is just more about Bold is Beautiful. We can skip this because I know we want to get to the meat of our presentation. There we are again. But just so you guys know, and this is me, a little shameless plug moment for Bold is Beautiful. It's coming up, and we didn't have the slide in here, but if you guys want to be part of Bold is Beautiful, and if you want to help in those fundraising efforts, there's only one thing you have to do, and maybe some of you are already doing it. You have to go get your brows waxed during the month of August. That's all you have to do. And $5 from every brow wax Benefit contributes to Bold is Beautiful. And that's how we raise our money. So that's just me, shameless plug. Help out, contribute your brows. They're going to look amazing and snatched, and you're going to be doing it for good. Okay. So that was a bit of the company overview. Now we're going to dive into, thank you so much, Julia, the next slide. What are we here to talk about today? So I wish we had tons of time to talk about all of our favorite Benefit products and all the incredible things we do at Benefit, because it is a super dynamic, incredible place to work. Here in San Francisco, we have upwards of 350 employees, corporate employees, which means they work in our offices. But then all across the United States, we have our sales team, which are teams that work in different regions around the United States, managing the people that work in the stores. So Sephora, the people that work at Sephora, the people that work at Ulta, the people that work at Macy's, where you might buy Benefit products. And there are another 400 people within that team, all scattered all across the United States. So there's lots of different jobs you can have at Benefit. Our jobs are just 4 of hundreds. What we're going to talk about today, and this was a way we were lucky enough to be part of this event last year, and we came up with this fun way to present the company and what we each do. And we're going to do that through talking about our newest product launch. So another question for the chat. Has anyone out there, how many people are here? 39 people. Okay. Has anyone seen or potentially even purchased or used any of these products that you see on your screen? Hopefully that means we're doing our jobs. Yes. Okay, great. Yes. Great. I love that. Just on Saturday at Ulta. Amazing. So this is our new pore care collection. We're in skincare, y'all. We're doing skincare. And we launched this 6-piece collection back in February. This was a massive launch for us. You know, we are a makeup brand and we wanted to expand into the world of skincare. And sort of the like anchor product is that little product you see there, which some of you said in the chat you already were using, which is Porefessional Pore Primer. So we launched a skincare collection to really combat pore concerns through treatment products. You see the 6 names of the products. You don't have to memorize those, but we're going to come back to those at the end. So, you know, keep that in mind. I'm going to now pass it on to my colleagues, because what we're going to do is each of the 3 of my colleagues, you saw their pictures, you're going to hear from them now individually, are going to explain their jobs at Benefit and how they got there and what they did through their particular job to launch this product collection, because each of us played a different role in bringing this collection to life in stores, on social, and on, you know, e-commerce. I will start really quickly. I know I've been talking for a while. I tend to do that. But how did I get to my job? Well, my mom and aunt started the company, so that was one leg up that I had. But I did not actually start my professional career at Benefit. I went to college. I was an economics and French major, double major. And besides the fact that Benefit is now owned by a French company, I literally never used my French major. So, you know, that was, there's that. I think it's just a mindset, right? I was both economics, so I like numbers and I like critical thinking. And I also really like more like artistic things like language and music. So that really like scratched that itch for me. I worked at a marketing company for the first 5 years after I graduated from college. I was an assistant to the vice president. So I was doing everything from like making coffee to like, this is back in the day, like faxing things, and like really just got to know how to be a working person. It is a different world. Once you graduate college, you have to sort of like learn to be a professional. And then I, you know, moved up, I got promoted. I was a project manager, and then I was an account director. And then I came to work at Benefit, and I consider myself extraordinarily lucky to be at Benefit now for 15 years. I'm more of a front of house now at Benefit. I present products. I was just with Kaylee, who you're going to meet for the last 6 hours on Zoom, presenting another new launch, which has not launched yet, which we cannot tell you about, but you have to wait until August to find out, to all of these beauty editors and journalists. And I live and breathe the brand. So with that said, I'm going to pass it along to my colleague, Kristen, who is going to explain her career, her path to get there, and what she does at Benefit.
Hi, guys. I'm Kristen. If we could go to the next slide, there we go. So I'm Kristen. I work in visual merchandising, and I also do graphic design for the team. You know, let's start off with my college track. It wasn't a one-way street. I started off in high school really wanting to be a fashion designer, and I attended a great high school where I was able to do internships twice a week and really focused from wanting to become a fashion designer. And then all of a sudden I was like, I want to be a teacher. So I decided, you know, I want to go to school. I went to school at Dominican University in San Rafael for about 1.5 years. And I was like, you know what, this isn't right. I don't want to be a teacher. I took an art class and was like, I really love art and I need to connect with this passion. So I attended a tour at the Academy of Art University in San Francisco. And from then my graphic design career really kicked off. I've been at Benefit for 7 years. Prior to that, I was a production artist at a small stationery company. I also worked at Kate Spade for a little bit, doing VM in our San Francisco store. And, you know, when I got to visual merchandising at Benefit, I really didn't know what it was. I was like, what are we doing? So here I am to finally at this level where I can explain it to you guys. So basically, visual merchandising is where we present, arrange, and display items in store and in windows, particularly in spaces of retail shopping. For instance, you know, Sephora and Ulta, you wouldn't think that there's so many teams that go into place to learn to basically organize how you shop. And when you go into a store, that presentation from the moment you walk in to the moment you grab something on a display, there's somebody who is working to make sure you buy that and really grab your attention. This just here on the slide, you can see that Benefit has a big footprint. The first picture you'll see there is our Ulta pad. And basically that's a big store design. So store design is really big of what we do. And there's a whole nother team for that we partner with. We also my current space is in Target. So I manage all of our Target fixtures. If you're going into a Target store with an Ulta pad, you'll see the graphics, the displays, that's all me. So how do I contribute to the PortCare launch? We start off at least a year in advance prior to our launch date, strategically planning our launches, our budgets, and what do we want these spaces to look like for our customers when they go in and shop? And then we work on the space planning. So if you see these fixtures, every little space is calculated to the T about where a product fits, how it fits in the display, how many products we have on each shelf. I could go in and there's a lot of languages that everybody will just fly over your head, lots of internal terms. And then once we figure out our space planning, our budgets, then we work about 6 months prior to our launch dates with our vendors who build all these displays for us and work on getting our graphics printed. So we'll send out basic renderings like you see at the bottom, these almost like line drawings or graphic images that go out to our vendors. They'll make up a mock for us, a prototype, and then we get those and we discuss internally with all of our other teams. So we work closely with the marketing team, our merchants, and then our CEOs and everyone above us to kind of say, this is how we're presenting our new launch. Are we in agreement? And then from there, we go into production with our displays. And then once everything is kind of in production, we worked with our field and send out communication to everyone to say, this is how it should be in store. Please make sure you're presenting it right. Doesn't always go as planned, but at the end of the day, we're always, you know, top notch in store. I think we're now number 1 or number 2 in Ulta and always climbing in Sephora. So thank you. That's kind of what I do. And then I'm going to pass it off to Kaylee.
Thanks, Kristen. Hi, I'm Kaylee. I'm Benefits PR Manager in the US. PR is public relations, if you're not familiar. So how I got here, I went to college at Binghamton University, which is a state university of New York. I saw a few New Yorkers in the chat, based in upstate. And at the time, I thought I was interested in working in editorial, which is kind of like related in a certain way to what I do now. So because of that, I studied English rhetoric and then also French, Maggie. Haven't used it, unfortunately, since then, but it was a good challenge for me at the time. So at the time, I was, again, thinking editorial, but I knew I was really interested in like the fashion and the beauty space. So during the year, I tried to, since my major was languages, I wanted something that like brought me into the fashion world. I signed up for like any opportunity I could find to do so. I had an internship during the school year with College Fashionista. I'm not sure if they're still around, but that was kind of like a on-campus like journalism, profiling students on campus whose style you liked. So that kind of flexed my muscle there. And I also worked in our alumni. Oh, someone else is a part of it. I love that. That was really fun. And I also worked in our alumni office doing like a marketing job, like really part-time while I was a student, which gave me kind of like a way to see how marketing works on a campus. And then over the summer, I had a few different internships. The first few were in editorial, which I loved. And then before my senior year, I had a marketing internship, which again, like gave me a big interest in maybe that will be my path after school. So while I was job hunting, I was open in like marketing or editorial, but in fashion or beauty ideally. And I found a role at a beauty only PR agency. So like I said, I didn't like study PR during college, but I had kind of glimpses into it. And I really just learned on the job. I did not know what like went into a PR job when I started, learned a lot, got thrown right in, and I was there for 5 years. It was a great, as far as PR goes, it was a great like first experience working because I got to work across so many different brands, all in the beauty industry, but with tons of variety, like brand new startups, very established brands like Benefit, etc. So that was an awesome experience. And actually Benefit was one of my clients for the last 2 years at that agency. So I feel like I've been working with Benefit for many years. I've been internal for 2 years, but I was working with the team for 2 years prior. Did some events in my old role with Maggie at the time. So as you can guess, a job opened up on the Benefit side. I was already in my job hunting work, and Benefit's based in San Francisco, like Maggie said. I'm actually based in New York. So I never thought that there would be an opportunity, but because for this role, my job is working with the editors, and a lot of the editors and the publishing houses are based in New York. So when I saw that the role was posted online, I assumed it would be for San Francisco, but they were actually looking for someone regardless of me in New York. And I was like, what an amazing opportunity. I got to go for that. And here I am. I've been internal with Benefit for 2 years now and love it so much. It was like awesome working with them as a client, which gave me a really good sense that it would be an awesome place to work as an employee. So like I said, PR is public relations, and basically PR is in charge of like anything that consumers read about the brand out in the world. But there's a difference between earned media and paid media. So consumers can see like an ad for Benefit on a billboard or in a magazine or something that's paid, and that's separate from PR. PR is earned media. So anything that's written about Benefit in the press that was not paid for. So how we do that is through a lot of relationship building. It's my job to have relationships on behalf of the brand with all of the beauty editors. In this case, of course, that's our target, like beauty, media, and editors. So to build relationships on behalf of the brand, to have events for these editors whenever we have a launch coming or news for the brand. And I work with them on a daily basis. When we have a launch coming, it's tons of pitching of the product. Basically, it's my job to relay the information about the brand and the products to the editors so that they can relay it to their readers. And then we hope by reading about it, they will buy it. So it's lots of pitching, lots of writing there, but then also events when we have launches. Like Maggie said, her and I were on Zoom for like 8 hours today, working ahead of an August launch that we have coming up. So there's a lot of different pieces, but the main goal is to get stories written about Benefit. So as you can see here on this slide, this is like kind of an idea of what came from my work ahead of and at the time of our Pore Care launch. So for PR, we would measure like the success of PR via how many stories are written about the products that you're launching, and how many people read those stories. So for this launch specifically, PR starts brainstorming like 6 months in advance of a launch. And then we have our first moment telling editors about it about 4 months pre-launch. This is under embargo, which means it's top secret. No one's allowed to speak about it, just like the product Maggie hinted at today. No one can talk about it until that day it goes on our website. So all the editors know about it, but they're super used to keeping that a secret until the day they can post it online. So in Pore Care's case, we started showing it to print editors in October, even though it wasn't launching until February of this year, because for print, they have to send the magazines literally to the printer a few months before they hit the shelves. So we took those editors. I work on the US, but we took editors from around the world to Paris because we have our labs there, the LVMH labs where these products were made. So we gave them a really cool behind the scenes experience. Again, we're not paying them to write about it, but we're giving them like a really cool experience and a behind the scenes, like exclusive look that entices them to confirm verbally that they're going to write about it. So once we brought editors to Paris, they got an in-depth look at the products. Then we pitched it to all the other print editors to let them know these were coming. And then like 1 or 2 months before it launches, we share it with all the digital editors. Sometimes they don't need that much time. You could share it today, and if they have time, they could write about it tomorrow, but skincare is tricky and you want people to have a lot of time to test it. And then in February, we had like a celebration press event, like a few days before the launch, where they all used it in person. And then we took a bunch of influencers and one like editor who got another special experience on our Canada trip, where they got to try all the products and do a bunch of fun activities that were like Pore Care themed. And then finally after launch, which was on Valentine's Day in March, we had a consumer facing pop-up in New York. And I invited all the New York based editors to come just to celebrate with us, experience them again in real life. And then we had consumers were able to experience the pop-up and get that like influencer experience for a few days as well. So that is how PR would bring a launch to life. And this is what came, just some of what came of that work. So that's everything for me. And I'll pass it to Madeline, our social manager.
Great. Hello. So I'm Madeline. I am the social media manager for Benefit US. And starting with my career and my like college path, I went to Seattle University up in Washington State. And that was great. I was lucky enough to have a friend of a family who owned a fashion company. And I was very interested in social media, like I'm sure all of everyone is. So I was very lucky enough to intern with her during college. And then from there, I got hired full-time after college. And I truthfully based my degree off of social media, and then I knew what I wanted to do and what I loved, and that was all things social. So I based my degree off that, and I went into strategic communications, which is like marketing without the math component, because I'm just no good at math. So I did that, and then I also got a minor in Italian, which, like my two little French girls, I never use, but that's fun. And then I went and worked at this fashion company, and a boss who had recently came in, who worked at Benefit previously, pulled me aside and was like, hey, you're doing a great job here, but I really think that you would be a really great Benebabe. And I didn't really understand what that meant until I saw a Benefit opening, and I was like, let's just like see what this means. So I applied, and this old manager of mine put in a good word for me, and I got to come work at Benefit by the grace of gods, and I am a great Benebabe, I think. It's just such a fun company to work on. So for me, in the social world, there's 4 different parts of social media, like 4 different ways that social media really comes to life. And that's owned content, sponsored content, user-generated content, and then for us, it's like our creative content. And those are kind of the 4 retainers that we work within. The owned content is I have 3 girls on my team, and they create a lot of the content that you're going to see above. But those are the content pieces that are like really fun and kind of more like brand DNA. SpawnCon is some of your favorite influencers, the Alex Earls of the world. You'll see Nicole Concilio up there, Manny MUA, all of those types of fun people. User generated content, those are the videos that we see on TikTok, and like we're looking. So if you're interested, like make the TikToks because brands are always looking for you. And we source and just like ask people if we can use their content. And that's that side of video. And then the creative content is we have a creative team at Benefit, and they do more of the like, I didn't put one up there, but they do more of the videos that are like higher production, and there's lots of models, and there's lots of, it's just a little bit more elevated than this like owned content that we create. So in relation to Poor Care, the way that we looked at it is there was a couple different events happening. So we take it, I work like pretty close to launch date, like Kaylee and Kristen were working like very far out. I'm working like a week and 2 weeks, because it takes so much time to create all of this content. So I really looked at Poor Care in 4 different components, which was the launch week, including like a tease leading up to it. And then like Kaylee mentioned, we had a Whistler event. So that was like another component of it. And then a week after, we went to New York for a pop-up, and that was another component. And then the last portion of that is the 4 to 6 weeks post-launch to make sure that like you don't forget that we just launched a new product, which is really instrumental. So if you want to click on, I didn't put them in order, so forgive me. If you want to click on the Poor Care portions guide in the middle, this is a video that we shot to like lead into Poor Care. So this was like during the first launch week, so people knew what it was and like proper sizing and things like that. It also launched on Valentine's Day. So you'll see like an ode to Valentine's Day with these cute little candies.
I wonder if we'll have time, because I know we are so
You're good.
short
We
on
can
time.
skip right through them.
Yeah, so
Totally
I'm
okay.
wondering.
If you want to see the content, go to TikTok. Give me some more views there.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Of course. Great. Kick it back to Maggie.
You guys know purple people.
Really do go to TikTok if you haven't already to check those out because they're really funny. Okay, so we are going to get into our workshop and our breakout rooms, and we're going to ask you guys to do a couple things. We need your help, we need your brains, we need your expertise, and you're going to feel just for a second what it's like to have our jobs or some of our jobs. So mental, close your eyes. Imagine it's next year, and by the way, the launch did go really well, and we are going to be launching new products next year. But hypothetically, if we didn't know what we were launching, we need your help. The launch went so well that we've decided to add one more new Poor Care product to the existing collection. So we're going to get into breakout rooms in a second, and each of the Benefit employees is going to be in one of us is going to be in each breakout room. We will have this slide up in the breakout rooms also. I think we should, I'll just overview quickly. So what you're going to have to do is work together. We can help you guys. There will also be a step up moderator in each room. You have to come up with a decision on what type of product should we add to the collection. Brainstorm a potential name that is descriptive and playful, but also fits within the names of the other products. And then we'd like you to come up with a short list, 1 to 2, of influencers that we should collaborate with. Keep in mind that these creators should be a good match for the product, but also a good match for like the tone of voice for Benefit. And last, if you have time, which publication, whether it's in real life, a print publication or an online publication, should we target for our launch story? Okay, so it's a lot, but it'll be fun. If we don't get to everything, no stress. I guess we're gonna go into breakout rooms now.
Yeah, I think we're ready. So
Okay,
Juliet,
cool.
if you'll move us into groups. All right, great.
Okay, well, I think we're back. Let me see. Do I see Mickey on the screen? Mickey, are
Yep,
you here?
we're all back.
Okay, We're back, we're back, we're back. Okay, well, I hope in the short time that you had together that you enjoyed your breakout group. I definitely did. And now I'm like wanting to go spend some money on some skincare. So see what y'all are doing there. So we'd love if you could tell us about your new pore care product and how you're going to market it. So is there a volunteer from Tracy's group that wants to start us off?
We actually didn't get there, but if Brittany could
Okay.
ask the question, if I can put you on the spot.
Yeah, of course. So my teammates and I, we came up with a phenomenal product. We are going to launch the Squeaky Clean Pore Scrub. We are going to share the launch on Allure, Vogue, and Refinery 29. And is there anything else that I'm missing?
Yeah, the influs. I can jump in and help you.
Yeah.
Okay,
There
so
are
we're gonna go with,
names.
yeah, go ahead.
I only remember Jackie Ina, which is who I nominated, and
Yeah, so we also said Manny MUA, Candy
Mhm.
Lover, somebody threw out Michelle Obama, which we love. And then I think Rihanna was thrown out, but might be a conflict of interest. And am I forgetting anyone? No? Okay, great.
Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much. Kyra, do you have a representative from your group? Mickey, how about yours?
We do. Anaya is going to take it.
Hi everyone, my name is Anaya and I'm from Spanish Fort, Alabama. We were talking about a little bit more like social and like PR skills, and we kind of talked about how influencers can like sometimes be unrealistic, and it's important to like choose who your influencers are, and that sometimes like celebrities can be expensive, so be careful who you choose to like partner with, and yeah, that's kind of what we touched base on.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Well, our group was a little shy to share, so I'm going to share what we talked about, but we came up with a mask. Its name is the Hydrator. It's a moisturizing, hydrating, brightening mask that also gets rid of dark spots. And the influencer that we thought of that could really be great to partner with the brand to release it is Hannah Cho, who's big on Instagram. I saw a note in the chat. Did I miss somebody? Someone said they'd like to, please. Oh, you want our mask? We love that. Okay, fantastic. I was like, wait, did I miss somebody? Yes, as soon as it comes to market. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for everybody. Did I get a chance to get a representative from each group? I want to make sure that that did happen.
I can go quickly for my group.
Amazing.
We feel like we're missing an eye product in pore care. So we want like an eye cream, and we're thinking rewind, refresh. We're rewinding your exhaustion. We're giving you refreshed eyes. I'm personally in for that one.
Me too.
And no one specific named, but someone had a great idea of working with College Fashionista, which we spoke about before, to target like those people on campus, the students who are all over TikTok hopefully making all those purchases on social. So College Fashionista, and then as far as influencers, targeting some dermatologists for credibility there. So love that.
Oh, love that, Kaylee. Amazing, amazing. Well, listen, we want to thank you all for joining us today. We hope that everybody was able to learn and explore different career pathways, and really network and learn from our special guests from Benefit Cosmetics. And we have something very special to share, which is that Benefit has a gift for everybody who attended the session today. So please, please make sure that your attendance was recorded for the session and that you have your Step Up intake form completed. That's super, super important. We gotta have that intake form so that you get your gift. And now we are going to jump into some poll questions. So those should, Juliet, they're gonna pop up on the screen. Sorry, I'm having a hard time seeing. Yes. Okay. So please take a moment, teens, and go ahead and complete these poll questions.
Remember, this is just for our teens and young adults, so mentors, just hang tight.
I was just going to ask if we should fill it out too.
Just the teens and young adults. But mentors, if you have ideas or thoughts or questions, please email us. We always want to hear what you have to say too. Okay, so y'all should be getting the 2 questions answered there. So we've got a few announcements as we wrap up here for this session and for the day. So this is our last session for the day. And tomorrow we will open with CNA Insurance. And we had this talk after the first session that sometimes you're like, an insurance company, do I want to go to that? Yeah, you do, because you don't know all the careers that are available in insurance, and you could find the perfect career for you in going to that session. So you definitely want to show up for that. And then we'll go on to Rocket Social Impact, which is also a really interesting company, and can't wait for you to find out about what they do. And then we'll finish the day out strong with Visible. So you never know where you're going to find your dream career. So make sure you come to every session. And our Spirit Day tomorrow is Glam Day, Dress to Impress. So, use some of those benefit products and then put on the sequins. I want to see everything. Wear a cocktail dress, a prom dress, like that dress that's in the back of your closet, that sparkly t-shirt that you bought to go, to a friend's party one year or New Year's Eve. Sparkle glitter eyeshadow, sparkle headbands, like bring it all out and show off. We want to see you sparkle and glow and have fun with it, rack up the points, and see your welcome packet for more details. You can talk to your camp counselor as well for more information. And again, that intake form, get it in, because that's how you're going to make sure that you get your special gifts, like the one that Benefit is so generously giving today. That's how it's going to get to you. So make sure that you fill out that intake form. Plus, it just lets us know all about you. I think that's going to be in the chat there, your intake form and all the information about tomorrow's sessions. And it's the last session of the day, so we won't be having our little 15 minutes afterwards. So that's a wrap. So thanks everyone for this session and for the day. And thank you so much to our amazing mentors from Benefit. We're so honored that you joined us today. And as always, thank you for joining us, all of the teens and young adults, for choosing to be here with us today, for being at Career Camp. Your engagement always inspires us. So thanks everyone. Say goodbye in the chat.